Okay, I can hear myself. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Can I hear myself? Yes, I can hear the echo. Okay, I can. That's good. So StockX. We'll talk about this for about an hour and a half. It will be a very short live stream. I'll try to do a part two tomorrow. What's the whole reasoning behind me getting into StockX and testing the StockX? I'll talk about that as we go through this live stream. One of the main reasons I really got interested in StockX, it wasn't because of the sneakers, because that's their main thing is the sneakers. Hard to find sneakers because sneakers are in a short quantity. They don't always have them coming in. They make them in one small quantity, and then when they're sold out, they're sold out. Then you got to go and buy it from people, either eBay or in this case StockX. I don't have that much of experience with sneakers and all that, but ever since StockX got involved in electronics, where the seller can sell electronics like graphics cards, consoles, other devices that are very hard to find. That's where my interest grew, and now obviously my interest has grew on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. And one of the main reasons I decided to go on this journey with the StockX, it's because I want to see for myself. I want to be that guinea pig. I want to see for myself, hey, are these guys 100%? Are they legit? Because, you hear all kinds of different virtue signaling. You hear all kinds of different talk. Some people say this, some people say that. Jake Rendell says this. And look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. And everyone has a right to say what they want to say. Okay, that's how democracy works. But to truly, for myself, who is independent, I'm not affiliated with StockX. For someone like me who's independent and unbiased, I'm like, let me be that guinea pig and let me drive you through this journey. Now, I know some of you are going to say, but you've been also complaining about StockX. Well, that's how it goes when you are independent. When you are reacting naturally on what you are finding out. This is just a normal human reaction, Well, when everything is legit, when everything calms down and you see that it's okay, then you change your stance. So that's just the human nature. Everybody does that. It's just I'm not hiding it. I'm not gonna, just sit there and simp for this company because I'm not in partnership with them. Somebody asked me today, will I ever be in partnership with the StockX? I don't know. I mean, who knows? I do have some ideas that I could maybe recommend for them to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier, less confusing, so people have better understanding of this company. Again, I would be more than happy to give them my feedback. Now, I did talk to one of them. I cannot tell you who the person is because I have to honor that. I cannot tell you who the person is that I was talking to. I can just tell you I've seen the person. Like, I know who I'm talking to, but I cannot tell you who it is. And I can tell you my conversation with this sales representative of StockX, affiliate sales representative customer service whom I spoke to, an agent, if you will. I'm not going to tell you if it's a he or she. It doesn't matter. Everything was explained to me in detail. And what I said to this individual when we were exchanging our conversation, it was that I personally don't mind waiting. I'm a very patient person. But for somebody like me who never heard about the StockX, for somebody who is also going to be new, who doesn't know anything about StockX, I think you guys could make it a little bit more reassuring, a little bit more easier for people to understand that, hey, don't worry, you are getting your product, and if the product doesn't work, we will gladly refund your money, reimburse it, But these are some of the feedbacks that I gave them, that I explained to them from consumer perspective. I understand that StockX, it's a platform for both a seller and a buyer who is interested and who will agree on that bidding price. Like any product you click, whether it be Xbox or... There's something flying around here, man. Hey, Pure Platinum. I swear to God, there's something like an orb or something. Do you guys see it? It's like a guy. It's like an orb, man. Anyway, I don't know if the camera caught it, man, because of the green screen. But dude, like this, like an orb, just like, I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, as I was saying, for example, let's go to the Xbox Series X. You want to buy Xbox Series X. So what is the StockX? StockX is the platform for you, like eBay, where you have a seller. You can be a seller too. You can register. You have a seller on one side who it's putting the asking price, and then you got a bidding price. And here we got the highest bid at $680 and the lowest ask $698. And when you click on the final bid, that means you agree. You agree that you want to buy this. And what StockX is trying to do, they're trying to honor the agreement. Okay, think of them like United Nations. They want you to honor that agreement, and they also want a seller to honor that agreement, that he will send the console, and that it's not going to be fugazi. That's going to be a real deal, and then they're going to put it through a authentic checkout to process, to make sure that everything is inside and it's legit. So that's what StockX really is. They're trying to honor both parties, and that's the platform that they're on, for people who don't understand. Now, the prices could change. Like, for example, look at these sales. Let's go through the sales here really quick. Let's see where was the lowest. Let's load some more. You see right here, on Tuesday, load more, hold on. Let's go down. There it is, at 5:59 p.m. It was at 660. It was sold at 660. So it keeps changing. It keeps fluctuating. And you have to keep track of. It's like a stock market, in a sense. You have to kind of keep track of all of this. You see right here, at 4:15, it was a 660. So you could buy Xbox Series X for 660. If we go down furthermore, you will see. Actually, you will see this. Right now I cannot go through all of the dates because there's too many biddings and too many sales. But you will see how it fluctuates, how the sales are fluctuating. So it doesn't mean that you always have to pay a higher price. You can negotiate. You can keep bidding, and maybe if you're patient enough, maybe one of the sellers will bring down the price. Maybe the seller wants to sell, and he's like, all right, man, I'm asking for $690, and the lowest ask, it's $600. And the seller might say, the hell with the $90, let me sell it for $600. I'm in a hurry, and then you can get it for 600. So it's one of those things you have to be patient when it comes to StockX. Now, let me give you one example. It's the PlayStation 5. Here's the interesting thing. Hold on. PS5. Let me show you something with the PS5 over here. Actually, let's go with the Blu-ray version. Hold on. Let's go with the Blu-ray version. It's right over here. This is all digital. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Blu-ray. Well, anyway, let's go through the sales on a digital version of PlayStation 5. And let's see. Let's see, when was the lowest? The lowest sale. I'm looking for like the lowest sale that they had sold it for. Let's load up some more. This is too high for a digital version, so I would not go and bother with a digital version. Let's just actually, I have to log in right now to do it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say basically is on this corner right here where it says last sale, you can look and see what the lowest sale was. Because it doesn't mean you always have to pay 700. Sometimes you can go down to 680. Maybe this person, whoever this individual is that it's selling the console, the seller maybe wants to get rid of his PlayStation 5s. Maybe he has too many of them, and he's in a hurry to sell them as quick as possible. So maybe you can get it for a cheaper price. Maybe you can get it for $650. And maybe even $600, and $600, that's not bad, because you're paying only $100 on top of the original price, and the original price it's $548 with tax, and if you want to buy a game and an extra controller, it comes to the same thing, so it's not bad, At least you're not paying $1,200, $1,500, considering how difficult it is to find the PlayStation 5. You got to remember, this is a very difficult, hard to find item. I mean, people will rob you at the gunpoint for this console. I'm not kidding. There's all kinds of horror stories. You basically have to cover this console in some kind of like a camouflaged bag or something. Do not ever walk out of the store with PlayStation 5 being visible. You got to cover it with a double bag, black bag or something, so to make sure that it's concealed. All kinds of horror stories you hear about, the PlayStation 5, and it's not being televised on the news that much, but it's a lot of crazy stuff happening with this console. Both consoles, PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Why? Because they're so hard to find, and they know if somebody gets a hold of this console, they know they can make good profit. They can sell it for a higher price and make a good profit. So StockX, it's legit. StockX is legit, and you can. I'm convinced now that you will have it, and especially after having the conversation with one of the representatives from StockX, and they assured me that they're not in business of selling fake stuff, even though there's people out there saying that, but they are truly in the business to be successful. That's what they want to do. And it kind of makes sense. Why would anybody start a company to fail? It makes no sense to me. Why would anyone invest money to start a company to fail and then to lose all that money? So, but this is the whole process. What people don't seem to understand, what a lot of you don't seem to understand, it seems to me, is you guys have to put yourself in my position. I'm paying for this. You are not. I'm the guinea pig. And you got to understand, I never heard about the StockX. Okay? I'm a newbie. I don't know anything about StockX. So my experience with StockX, it's zero. Well, not now. Now I'm definitely gaining a bunch of experience about the StockX. But when I first started, I took that risk. I took that chance. And of course, I had concerns about it, because it's not like I'm buying something that's fairly available everywhere. I know what I'm buying, and I know how hot this item is. And there's all kinds of stories you hear, especially when you don't know and don't have any 100% concrete feedback about the company. You have to be worried. Now that I know a little bit more about the StockX, now that I know that they are legit, I can kind of, relax. And it's good for you too. For those of you who are on the fence, some of you who are on the fence, and I know there's a plenty of you on the fence, sitting there. Oh, 750, 800, should I go for it? Well, you don't have to go for 750. You can wait. Like right now, they dropped the price. Now you can get the PlayStation 5 for 700. So that's $200 extra. And there's also, they're doing the certain codes tonight. They're handing out the certain codes to members of StockX, where they can have a $15 to $14 off to get the free shipping. They do have that available tonight till 10 o'clock. So remember, you're not buying a console from StockX. You're buying a console from a seller. What StockX is doing, it's making sure that the seller, it's not being shady, and it's not trying to screw you over, the buyer, okay? And they're going to make sure, they're going to authenticate and make sure that it's a legit, unopened item, and it's 100% authentic. Because if it's used, then you shouldn't have to pay. You understand what I'm saying? If something gets used and opened and tampered with, then you shouldn't have to pay $700. And he shouldn't be asking you for $700 because it's used. And that's what StockX is doing differently. But at the same time, they're trying to honor both the buyer and seller by keeping both of their information secret. And only StockX knows who the seller is and who the buyer is. Now, someone asked me yesterday, what happens if there's a seller who's trying to pull some shady stuff? What happens? Well, this is what I was told yesterday. Was it the day before yesterday? When I was talking to one of the StockX representatives, they told me clearly, if a console comes in and it's not in a good shape and looks like it's been tampered with, they will send it back. And if that same seller tries to pull that same stuff again, and they know who the seller is, they can see. If the same seller tries to pull the same thing again and again, that seller will be banned from StockX, meaning that seller will not be able to ever sell his products on StockX. And they will take precautions. They will punish that person by banning that. And there has been sellers who've been selling fake Nike Airs and fake Adidas and fake clothing, all of that. They have been banned, okay? So that's the one peace of mind you have about StockX. You know that they're going to make sure that it's legit. And if it's not legit, and it's not authentic, and it doesn't have that seal of approval, they will send it back to that seller. And the seller now made himself look like a fool. And I think you would have to be a fool of a seller to sell a used Fugazi console, tempered used console. I think it's really a waste of time for that person to do that. And that's why I don't think you're going to have that kind of crap happening on a StockX. You will have that kind of crap happening on other markets like eBay. Because eBay doesn't authenticate anything. It's between you and the seller. And you have to get in touch with the seller. And you have to take the seller's word and negotiate with the seller that he's going to go ahead and not sell you a box of, can of cat food inside the box, or a bag of rice, or a can of tuna, or something like that. All right. So on eBay, you got eBay is probably the worst place, I would say, for you. I had nothing but terrible experience with eBay. And this is the problem with eBay, is that there's no one there to authenticate. You have to take his word, looking at the photos, that he's being legit. Well, photos don't tell you anything. I can take some photos and make some Photoshop photos and make him look nice and shiny, like a nice thumbnail, but then I can send you some very broken, scratched up item, And I think this is where StockX has a much better potential than eBay. Hey, what's up, Karsten Jensen? Hey, Trivon, how you doing, man? How are you? Yeah, this is from StockX. I purchased the PlayStation 5 on March 10th, which would be last Wednesday, March 10th. And the guy shipped it the same day, actually. He shipped it the same day. And it arrived today on Tuesday. But what people don't seem to understand is, like this troll, this hater that I just blocked, who's not even worth mentioning his fake bogus name, an old hater with 50 ridiculous amounts of fake accounts. He's miserable with his life. I never met a hater who was successful in anything. This is why he's so miserable and never will be successful. But anyway, the reason I was complaining for the last time, in case some people have swabs in their ears, it's because I didn't know anything about StockX. I had no information about what this company is. So I decided to be a guinea pig. Now, for your information, troll, when I pay money, just so you know, Mr. Hater, when you pay money for something, you have every right to complain. Okay? It ends right there. So as a guinea pig who decided to take the risk to go ahead and buy a product from a company I know nothing about and start learning about it, I have a right to react on what I'm experiencing because I'm paying money. Okay? When you don't pay money, when you don't put any dollar, you have no right to complain. You have zero right to complain about anything because you're getting it for free. But when you put money into it, you are obligated to complain, and you are obligated to keep a company like this on its toes so that way they can explain to you a little bit better and give you a better blanket of insurance to assure you that you are getting your console or your product. Okay? So, as I'm documenting all of this, the whole point here is for me to document my entire experience. And you guys can look at the experience the way I assumed, the way I felt, and whose fault this is. It was really StockX's fault. If they had assured me and if they had explained this to me, then I wouldn't have acted the way I have acted. But they didn't do that, to be fair. They didn't do that. They did it after I made the videos. They did it after they saw what's going on. Maybe they're going to use that as a feedback and they'll say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should do a better job giving people peace of mind because they are paying much higher price than what the original price is on this product. Maybe we should give people a peace of mind and let them know that, hey, don't worry. If something happens, you will get your money back. And don't worry. If it's authentic, we'll send it to you. So my whole point was to be a guinea pig, to document the entire experience, and then let you know. And you can decide for yourself. Should you go ahead and purchase from StockX? That's the whole point here. Everything. From when they ship it to me, when I get it from UPS, not yet. Not yet. I don't have that info yet. I'm sure I'll have that info tomorrow. I think they'll ship it tomorrow. But here's something I was also told. And I think this is the very important part. Hey, what's up, Diesel? This is a very important part for those of you who are interested in buying a PlayStation 5. The most important part is going to be once you finally receive. And I want you guys to listen to this because it's very important. Okay? Once you finally have UPS, FedEx knock on your door and you say who it is, UPS, FedEx, and you open the door and you finally got your box, your big box, here's the important part. When you finally get that box, take photos. Don't open it. Take photos with your cell phone. Don't use your knife and start opening it right away. Take photos of the box, unopened, in the condition that it was received. And then, after you take the photos, open the first box. And then, when you open the first box, get the blue box, blue and white box, which is PlayStation 5. Get it out. Take another photo of PlayStation 5 box. And you'll see a little green sticker, a seal, green sticker, that it's sealed, meaning authentic, authenticated. It says StockX, verified and authenticated. Don't open it. Don't cut that seal. Don't get too excited. I was told this by StockX. Take a photo of that box too. Unopened. Take photo. Now, once you got the photo of receiving the box unopened, of receiving the box of PlayStation 5 unopened and sealed with a sticker, when you have those photos, put together and saved on your phone. Now you can proceed to open PlayStation 5. Now, why is this important? It's important is if something happens while it's traveling with UPS, and you know how UPS and FedEx is, they keep pushing boxes depending on who the driver is, who's delivering. Let's be honest, I haven't met somebody working at UPS or FedEx who was happy. They're all not looking happy. They're all like hate the fact they're working for the UPS and FedEx. I'm just being honest. And they don't really take good care of the package. Sometimes they throw it and they push it around, right? And the reason you need to take those photos, it's because if the UPS, while they were traveling, if they damaged something while they were moving the box around, let's say the part of the PlayStation, it's cracked, or the fan, it's cracked, or there was something there that was broken, you can go ahead and you have 3 business days, take those photos, and you can contact within 3 business days with those photos. Don't wait more than 3 business days. It's not going to count. You have to do it right away. You need to get in touch with StockX and let them know with those photos, hey, this is what just happened. Show them that it was not touched. This is how you received it. And when you finally got it open, it was broken. And you send those photos and you show them all of that and tell them UPS brought it, FedEx brought it, whatever, tracking number, all of that. Then you send all of that to them. And then from that point on, they're going to go ahead and reimburse you. They're going to give you your money back. Okay? But you got to go and do this. This is a very important part. Because if you don't do this, if you break that seal, that's it. The only thing left for you is to sell the console to somebody like that. You know. How about now? How about now? All right. My mic is back on. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. That's weird, man. First, I see the white orb floating. Dude, there was like a white. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a white orb moving around. There was a white orb moving around. I don't know if my camera caught it or not. And then all of a sudden, the microphone stopped working. I don't know. All right, so let me repeat what I just said here while I was muted. I'm sorry about that. We're doing a live stream, and during a live stream, anything can happen. I have no control over that. So let me explain this. Okay, Marvin, after I finish this, then I'm going to get to your question. Let me explain this to you. This is what I was told by StockX person whom I spoke to. I had like a really good conversation the other day for like 45 minutes, maybe longer. We're going back and forth typing. Here's what this person told me. When you receive, and this is a very important part, when you receive your PlayStation 5 or your Xbox Series X from UPS or FedEx, the most important part, don't open it. Do not open that box until you take photos. Take a photo of the box, unopened, sealed. The first layer, which is the UPS shipping. Take the photo of that. Make sure that you take photos of each corners, that it's sealed. Once you do that, then you open that part and get the blue and white or green box, whether you got PlayStation or Xbox. Take it out. Don't open it. Take photo of the green sticker that says authentic, authenticated, and verified. That seal sticker on that PlayStation 5, on that blue and white top where it's sealed, make sure you take photos of that too. Same thing with the Xbox Series X. Make sure you take the photos of that seal and that it's sealed and it's not open. Why is this important? This is important because even though it's authenticated, even though StockX has checked it, the UPS and the FedEx, they might not be so careful. Maybe they're in a hurry. They had a long day, they're tired, and honestly, I never met anybody who was happy being working for UPS and FedEx. They all seem to be miserable. I mean, honestly, they all seem to be miserable. They hate that they're working for UPS and FedEx and they got to deliver all these damn packages. They're really not in a good mood. So you don't know how well they're going to take care of that package. They might put a bigger, heavier package on top of that package and they might break something. So this is the important part. Take photos. Because you have 3 business days from you receiving that console. You got 3 business days, I was told, for you to collect those photos, write a statement, put those photos, and send it to StockX and ask them, hey, I want to be reimbursed. This has just happened with UPS. The console is broken. So I'm not saying that this will happen. I'm not saying that you're going to have a broken console. But don't get too excited. I've seen videos. I've seen tons of videos where people are so excited to have that PlayStation 5 and the Series X and unbox it and take it apart. Okay, because they're so like happy to have it after so many months of not having it. But what they don't understand is something could be broken in the process. So these are the necessary measurement you have to take. Because remember, you just spent $750 to $800 and this is very expensive and it's very hard to find. So you want to make sure you take all of these precautions. This is what I was told. And I'm telling you what they told me. All right, go ahead, Marvin Diesel. You have a question no one has answered. Which games are you going to play when you get your PlayStation 5? Oh, I think I made that clear. My first game's going to be not Days Gone. Demon Souls. Demon Souls is the first game I'm going to test on my C10. It's Demon Souls. And if you watch Marvin Diesel, if you were like constantly watching my videos, you would know that Demon Souls is what I'm interested in, that would be, you would know that by now. But it's okay. Maybe notification doesn't work. It doesn't let you know when I'm on. I don't know. But Demon Souls is the first game I want to try. And then there's a bunch of others I want to try. I want to test a God of War. I want to test Call of Duty. I want to test the Spider-Man, the remastered version, and the new one. There's tons of games I want to test. I want to test the DualSense. I want to test the force feedback with a haptic feedback. That haptic feedback with Call of Duty and other games. And of course, there's other games coming out like Returnal coming out pretty soon. And I want to test Returnal. There's tons of games for me to test. From Call of Duty to FIFA next generation, NBA 2K next generation with a C10 and how that works and how well it runs on a C10 with an instant game response feature and the G-Sync and FreeSync. Well, it's not going to be G-Sync, it's going to be FreeSync. And both of these consoles, they will support FreeSync. So I want to do those tests. And at the same time, I also want to test the 4K Blu-ray player. I want to see how well that works. And a loading time. I want to test the loading time to see how fast and quickly the loading time is. But then again, before I start doing any tests, I will have to get in touch with Cameron D. And he's going to send me a video, or he's going to make a video where he's going to explain to me what to avoid and what to do and what not to do. He's going to make a video where he's going to explain all of this to me. So that way I don't make the same mistake that Solid Rev has made. And I feel sorry for Solid Rev that happened to him and PlayStation 5. It really sucks. But he's happy with the Xbox Series X. So, but I know that there's been some problems with the PlayStation 5. We have to acknowledge that as well. With a standby mode. So anyway, Cameron will walk me through all of this, That's okay, Marvin. Hey, what's up, Xavier? Yes, what's up, Xavier? GT Sport. So yeah, there's GT Sport. There's tons of stuff I gotta do, man. There's tons of videos, and I also want to connect it to my monitor. I want to even connect it to my ultra widescreen monitor. I want to do all kinds of tests. I want to try it on a 4K monitor, see how that works. I want to do many different types of different tests, and try to get that best possible picture settings for you guys. Playing it, I want to do two different types of settings. I want to do a setting preset for when you are at night with the lights off in a dark room. I want to give you those game mode preset custom settings so you can play at night, so that way the light is not blasting into your eyes, with a nice tone of color, warm color. By the way, the blue color, it's the blue tone of color is not good for your eyes. It gives you a headache and migraine. You're going to have a terrible migraine. You're going to feel like you want to throw up. You're going to have a vertigo. It has a huge effect onto your equilibrium and your hormones. It's like being radiated by the blue UV light. Blue UV light, well, it's just bad for you. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to talk about it. It's too confidential. Something that our military is using with a sound. But I don't want to talk about that because it's too confidential. But anyway, blue UV light is not good for you. It's not good for your eyes. Always the warm color is better, but not too much of that warm color. So I want to do that. I want to get these settings for you guys, but I also will need help from Cameron D. Honestly, Cameron, I'm gonna need you to make that video for me, brother, because you have more experience with a PlayStation 5. You have more experience with both Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, so I really need your input to tell me what to avoid. Because the last thing I want to do, my God, imagine that. I do something stupid, leave it on a standby mode instead of turning it off, and I cannot turn it back on ever again. So I need you to give me all these little, inputs on what to do and what not to do. So that way I don't end up in a, zero. I don't go back to the zero. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Cameron. When I finish this live stream, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. When I finish this live stream, I will go ahead and I will definitely check that out. I will definitely check it out. I will. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, bro. I will check it. As soon as I finish this live stream, I will go and I will watch it. I will watch it tonight. I'm gonna study it like a Bible. Really. I will, and I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Hold on a second. Man, I need glasses. Sibacon, I'm hoping it ships tomorrow. It will. It will ship tomorrow. Because they received it at 3 o'clock. And, authentication takes about maybe an hour. And then that's it. They ship it tomorrow morning. And Wednesday, Thursday, hopefully 3 days. I get it by Friday night, Friday evening, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But we'll see. Oh, man, I wish I could do that. I cannot do that, Desperado. I cannot do that, Desperado, because, there's too much sensitive information. There's too much sensitive information in order for me to do that. I can't do that, Because you have to remember, there's people who hate me, and they would just love for me to make a mistake or to give out some sensitive information about me. They would love that. And I'm not going to give them that pleasure. It's going to be a video put together and edited. So that's how it's going to be. But the good try, Dylan. You're trying to cook up a story and drop me in the meat grinder. What happened to you, Dylan? There used to be somebody I could trust. You woke up. Well, that's too bad. That PlayStation 5 is your baggage. If that baggage falls behind, it's your problem. I don't know, man. We'll see. My Xbox One X was definitely a terrifying experience. I was there with a big kitchen knife and a tank top. No, think about it. I had a shaved head. I had a mustache. I looked like I just came out of Tijuana or some shit. And I had a big kitchen knife. And I was a little bit bigger back then. I used to work out a little bit more back then in 2017. And I had a wife beater shirt on. And I had a shaved head with a mustache and a big knife. Kitchen knife. And no wonder the UPS guy just kind of pushed it aside and just ran off. Like, the hell with this shit. This guy sitting there with a knife, a big kitchen knife, Xbox One X, Xbox One X, Xbox One X, For SDR, I would go. It depends where you are. Avanesa. It really depends. If you're watching at night, then you don't want to be too bright. But here's the thing, you really don't need that brightness that much when you are watching at night. When you are watching during the day, you need two presets, basically. And what I would recommend to everybody is to do this. You can use the bright room and dark room expert mode without HDR. You don't need HDR to use bright room and dark room expert mode. Those two modes are already calibrated perfectly. So what I would suggest to you, honestly, Avanesov, is to, during the day, when you have more light coming in, keep it on the bright. What is it called? The bright extra room. Expert bright. Keep it on the expert bright during the day and expert dark during the night. And I would just switch back and forth. The filmmaker mode, honestly, you can use it with a standard, but it's too dimmed. Filmmaker mode, it's only something I would maybe recommend for an HDR. But I, in my own honest opinion, looking at the both expert bright and expert dark, these two modes are the best, honestly. Everybody from Artings to Darko, the guy from Croatia, from all these other calibrators, they're all going to tell you that the expert bright during the day and the expert dark during the night is the best two presets to go with. Now, the one with the W15, yeah, stay with the Worm 15. You can use that too, Avanesov. You can use that too. You can use that as well. You know, that one, if you look at that one, it's kind of similar to the expert bright. The only difference is I moved the sharpness to 24 and the expert has moved that to 10. But I did that because I have a 48-inch OLED. And some of you will have 55 to 65 inch, depending on your size. So you can use both. Listen, any of these will work just fine. Whether you go with my custom preset or you go with the expert bright or the expert dark, any of those three will work just fine. But remember, they're really intended for everyday watching. Movies, they're not really intended for video games. For video games, you're going to have to go to a game mode. You're going to have to go switch to a game mode, and you're going to have that instant game response, low latency turned on. And if you guys don't know how to turn that on, I can show you how to do that through the additional settings on your LG OLED settings tab. You can turn that on and use the game mode. And remember, when it comes to any HDR, when it comes to whether you're watching movies or playing video games, the HDR will always require the OLED light maximum and contrast maximum. You will always need to squeeze as much as possible of that peak brightness. Why? Because that's how HDR works. HDR needs that peak brightness. I can't wait to check that video. So anyway, getting back to StockX, is it legit? Yes. I can tell you now that it's legit. You know. And but you got to also remember, what is the StockX? What's the reason for you to go to StockX? Anyone who goes to StockX, they go there because they're looking to buy something that they can buy through normal ways. Going to a store, going to Amazon, going to Best Buy, Target, Walmart. They cannot buy it in a traditional way. And or you're looking for an item that it's discontinued and you can't find it anywhere else. It's like an eBay. The best way to explain StockX, it's a different version of an eBay. But the difference between StockX and eBay is eBay cannot guarantee you that, hey, you're going to get that product in that condition. That's between you and a seller. Okay, you have to communicate with the seller because they're not, going through authentication process. StockX, it's forcing a seller, if they want to sell through their marketplace, which is StockX, they have to send the product to their facility to be authenticated. And I think that's a big deal. That's a major big deal. Difference between the eBay and StockX, where they authenticate and check and make sure that everything is in there, that it's not being tampered with, that it's not used. So they go through all that process. While the eBay, you're on your own. You are at the mercy of the seller, and you have to dispute whatever you gotta dispute. It's gonna be between you and that person and that seller, and you gotta deal with that person. You gotta take him to court or whatever. Like, you have to go through all that process. So I think it's a big difference between eBay and StockX. Well, the sigh of relief. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna click on it right now. Thank you, Marvin Diesel. The sigh of relief. It will be get it to work. When I take the photos, okay, and got all the photos taken before I unbox it. And then once I finally unbox it and break the seal, and once I get the box out, then I'm going to obviously plug it in, turn it on to see if it works, if the setup process starts going. And once that happens, then I can have a sigh of relief. Oh, okay, thank God, it's working. The last thing I want to see is a broken HDMI or something. Oh, or loosen up HDMI. Oh, no, that would be like, that would just kill me right there. But that's not going to happen because they're going to authenticate it. If it's a broken HDMI or loosened HDMI, then they're going to send it back. They say, hey, what are you doing? So chances of that happening are most likely on eBay, because on eBay, you don't know. The guy probably was playing it for about 6 months, and now he's selling it, and it's telling you it's brand new. And then you finally get it from eBay, and then you open it, and you're like, oh my God, what happened here, right? So I can't wait to go through that whole process. Oh, definitely, Cameron, I will watch it. Brandon told you he also bought a PlayStation 5 from StockX after learning you bought one from them. Well, that's great, because I know that he had one originally, and something happened, right? It was broken somehow. I don't know how it happened, but something happened. It was in like some kind of an accident, and you baby your PlayStation 5. I don't even like to touch it. I don't even know if I should. No, I'm not going to touch it. Once I put it on my stand, once I put it on the base, and lock it in, that's it. Once I do that, once I put it in one place, I'm not touching it. Same thing with the Xbox Series X. Once I put it in one place, that's it. I'm just going to dust it off, dust it off, use the duster, and that's it, clean it. But I'm not going to ever move it and touch it, I'm kidding. Of course I'm going to move that console. Shit. Because I got to do live streams as well. I got to plug it in to a 1440p live stream, which this is through my capture card. And but I'll be very careful, look, once it's in my hand, don't worry. I take care of my own stuff, I'm not worried about that. I know I take care of my own stuff. My only fear is the UPS and how they gonna handle it, And I also heard it's not that difficult to take it apart, right? Taking it apart, you just kind of have to gently unpin it and slowly remove it. I'm talking about the two shields that they're there. There's two shields. The white shield, well, actually here, it's right here. Look at this, 1,300 sold right now. That's 1,300 PS5 sold right now for $700. My God, StockX is gonna make a ridiculous amount of money. So this is what I was saying. Like this part right here, it's easy to peel off, right? And then you're just left with the bare bones black circular console. And from there you can see the fan inside. You can clean it. I mean, this part right here, right? This part, not so much. This part, I heard it's you can't. This one right here. But this part, you can. Like the one on the left side. This one. But this one, you cannot. That one is more difficult. You need a Phillips screwdriver for this one. But here, you can take this apart. Cool. I can't wait to watch the video. Okay, so I don't know if there's anything else I can say that I haven't said. It's a short live stream. They are legit, but you guys have to remember they are legit. But you have to remember when I first started this, I had no idea about how they work and who they are. So I was worried, Naturally, everyone should be worried. When you pay money, you have every right to be worried. Everyone who spends money should have a right to be worried because you're paying money. But now, rest assured, I know that they're legit. And hopefully this entire process will help you guys, get maybe reassurance that, hey, that these guys are legit. But remember, you are paying a higher price. That is something that I should mention. You're not paying the marketplace a price, which is $500. You're not paying it, original a price $500. You are paying a little extra, $250, right? But is $250 much of a big deal? I don't know. It depends how badly do you want it. It depends on how badly do you want it. Look how many of these consoles are sold. Look at this. Look down below. Look at this down here. 1,300 sold. 1,400 sold. Only 400 Xbox Series X is sold. So what does this tell you? This shows you that more people are interested in PlayStation than they are with the Xbox Series X. Now, Xbox Series X is a good console too. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the Xbox Series X. It has a Game Pass Ultimate. It has 12 teraflops. It has 1 terabyte of solid state drive. And it also has the expansion port. And another cool feature that the Xbox Series X has that the PlayStation doesn't have is the quick resume. Maybe Sony will put this feature in the future, but currently Microsoft has the quick resume where you can continue, pause the game instead of shutting it down, jump onto another game, start playing it, and then you can pause that game and continue to that other game that you were playing, and you can continue. So quick resume, look, both consoles are great. Both consoles have something cool to offer. Because if Xbox Series X wasn't that great, then it would be easy to find it. You would be able to find it and purchase it anywhere. But it is great. And people like it. Every person whom I spoke to told me, yes, PlayStation 5 stands out because it's a more futuristic design. It has a much better controller. It's a brand new controller. The user interface is different. So everything feels new. You know that it's a brand new next generation PlayStation 5 console. While the Xbox Series X definitely looks different than what we previously had, but it's just a box, like a subwoofer, a little subwoofer box for your sound bar, if you will. But it has all the powerful features that PlayStation has in terms of graphics, in terms of solid state drive. So both consoles are equally great, in my opinion. It will all depend on what ecosystem you are into. I think you should have both. I think you should have both of them, honestly, because both consoles will offer something. You know. And Desperado bought the PlayStation 5, right? How's the hey, what's up, Anthony Baker? Oh, Anthony Baker ordered his one on the StockX. All right. I think this is it, man. I'm going to get approached by StockX and they're going to call me and say, "Hey, would you like to be a partner? Would you like to partner up with us?" I don't know. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens, you know. I mean, I never want to say never. Right now, I'm currently, you know, dedicated with the LG. I've been talking to LG about the C1. I'm trying to talk to them about that. And when they're going to send me the C1, is the brand new C1, 2021 C1 LG OLED 55-inch, and trying to negotiate with them about that. And how am I going to do that? I mean, I'm going to be super busy in the next couple of months, for sure. It's going to be a busy summer for me, for sure. Hey, Mamba. Mamba, thank you, man. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to close this, and I'm going to have to get going. It's almost 9 o'clock. I started at 7:30. What was it? 7:50? I'm not buying any TV. I don't have to buy it because LG will supply me with that. That's the one perk I have now. I don't have to worry about that. I don't need to buy a Sony OLED. Why? When I'm going to get the best of the best from LG. And LG is the leader when it comes to the best OLED TV. They've been doing this for a long time. They have more features. They're fully loaded with features, and they have better remote control, better user interface. You know, I don't have to. And I'm not saying this to brag about myself, but it's just I don't have to do it because they're gonna send me the OLED C1 to check it out and compare it to C10 and even E8. What PlayStation 4 controller feels like? Man, I'll tell you right now. PlayStation 4 feels as if I'm holding I don't know, a pen, a lightweight pen. That's what it feels like. Like I'm playing on a pen. For you, it's gonna feel like you're holding a pen, or a pencil. All right, so I gotta get going. It's only a short live stream, and you can watch this live stream from the beginning. I had a little bit of hiccups early on with the microphone, but it seems to be working fine just right now. All I want to say is this. It's legit. Yes, it's legit. But it's up to you. You know, I don't want to tell people what to do with their money because, you know, you're still paying a higher price. You know, it's $750, $800. You know, you're still paying a scalper price. I mean, we gotta take that out of the bag. We have to take that elephant out of the bag, okay? And it's not a rabbit; it's the elephant out of the bag. I mean, you're still paying a scalper price, but it doesn't mean that those scalper prices always stay like that. Some of them, they want to sell the console quick and fast, so they are willing to look at the bid, and if the bid is lower, they're gonna lower the price too. So look for the bid. Hopefully the bidding it's lower. And if the bidding is very low, then eventually the price will have to come down. And then when the price comes down, then you grab it, then you buy it, then you secure it, and there you go. But again, I don't work for StockX. I'm not affiliated with StockX, but they are legit. They're not going to sell you a cat food or a can of beans or bag of rice. You will get your console. But remember, at your own risk, everything that you do, it's your own money. I'm not here to tell people what to do with their money. But remember, everything you do, there's a risk. You know, there's always that potential of risk. So, but they are legit. They are a legit company. And that's, I guess, one reassurance you can take. All right, so guys, I got to get going. We'll do a part 2 tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow again, tomorrow night. You know, I'll try to do it a little bit later, 10 o'clock tomorrow night, maybe 10:30, 10 o'clock. And we'll talk about this again. But I will keep you posted with the shipping and how long it's going to take. And then finally, the process of me getting it, unboxing it. I will also put in a video for you to take photos. To take photos of the box. I'll show you exactly how to unbox it. Don't get all excited and start opening it up right away. I'm going to show you what you need to do to make sure before you use that knife to open the box, you have to take photos on both the outside box and the original PlayStation box that's inside. You do not want to break that seal. You want to make sure that seal is on there, you know, before you take the photo. After you take the photo, then you can cut it. You need these photos as a proof that, hey, this is how I received my console from the UPS. This is how I got it. And you need that proof, and you got to do it within 3 business days once you get it. Once it's delivered, and StockX will know that it's delivered to your home. And they'll know exactly the date that it was delivered. So you got 3 business days to, if something goes wrong with with the console is broken or whatever, you got 3 business days to take the photos of that box, untouched, unsealed. Make sure that sealed, not unsealed, sealed. Make sure that it's properly sealed, that nothing's tampered with. Take the photos and then send those photos to them and tell them you want to get reimbursement. This is how I got my console. They screwed it up. It's broken. God forbid you ever have to do that. I'm not saying that you're going to have to deal with that, but it's good to take that precaution. So I'm going to put that on the video, how to unbox it properly. This was something that was told to me by StockX. You know, don't just get all happy to unbox it and take it out. You want to take these precautions because, hey, you can get reimbursed and they can send you another console. They'll pay for it and you'll get another one. Or they'll just reimburse you and you get your money back. So, but you're going to need to have that proof. If you don't have that proof, that's it. That console is yours. You opened it. We did our job. Now you opened it, and now you're telling us that it's broken. You need to show them how you received it with the seal by taking the photos. And you got 3 business days once you receive it to do that. That's just in case something goes wrong. When you pull it out of the box and you see a broken shield flapping and you hear a broken fan in there or something, right? And just keep that in mind. But I'll put that on a video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cameron, thank you for that video. I'm going to watch that video tonight. I'm going to check the video tonight. I'm going to study it. I'm going to watch it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yes. And I will be home. I will be home because I'll have to sign it. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.